Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Oh, here we go again with another significant rainstorm. So far, 2 to 3 inches of rain has fallen over a short period of time, and live Pinpoint Doppler 12 radar does not look very promising. Now, keep in mind the colors represent precipitation intensity, and the orange and yellows and reds indicate very heavy rain, and that obviously sticks out across the southern part of the state right in here. Now, this has been drifting slowly to the north and northwest, so more than likely some localized street flooding occurring across the southern part of the state right now. The Patuxent River Basin is right in here across the Blackstone up in this location, so getting a little more concerned here now just based on what the radar looks like and how close this is getting to the Patuxent River Basin as far as sort of aggravating the situation already. The river is just a few inches above flood stage, and we're going to take a more detailed look at the water levels in just a second. Meanwhile, the flood watch continues for at least urban flooding, whether it's ponding of water in your backyard or street flooding. River flood warning for the Patuxent and the Blackstone and other small streams and rivers. Still seeing signs of colder air returning later in the week. In the meantime, downtown Providence with a steady rain at 46, humidity now at 93%. Rainfall totals so far within the last 24 hours, anywhere between 2.5 to almost 3 inches of rain. But the problem is this wasn't stretched out over, say, 2-3 days, but rather over a 6 to 10 hour period with that second batch of heavier rain getting ready to work in. So an additional ½ inch to an inch of rain is likely. Here's the Patuxent River. Right now it's at 9.22. Flood stage is 9 feet, so it's just several inches above flood stage. Now the forecast from the Weather Service is for it to crest at 10.6 feet, which is minor to borderline moderate flooding. But, based on what the radar looks like, this may end up being perhaps a little higher, so that's certainly something that we're going to have to watch very closely. But at this point, minor to borderline moderate flooding anticipated across the Patuxent River. Going to the Blackstone, which is a much larger river, it's at 6.6 feet. Flood stage is 9 feet, so it is still below flood stage. And here's the Blackstone right in here. Expected to crest at 9.7 feet, which is just minor flooding at this point. Temperatures outside right now are basically in the low to mid 40s. As we widen out the view, slow-moving storm system with a second round of heavy rain getting ready to work in. This whole thing doesn't really pull out of here until early tomorrow morning. So watch for localized street flooding this evening with some heavy rain, temperatures in the mid-40s. It'll rain later tonight, but the trend will be for the intensity of the rain to diminish, temperatures at around 41. Tomorrow morning, it's a cloudy start. It's windy and it's drier, 41 to 44. We start to see some breaks of sunshine developing during the afternoon. A windy, dry, and cool day. Temperature around 52, but the wind will make it feel a lot cooler, but at least we get some developing sunshine and drier air, courtesy of a gusty northwesterly wind. That is a dry wind direction. Temps in the low 50s, which is pretty much where we should be for this time of year. All right, 7-day outlook shows better weather tomorrow afternoon. Very nice on Thursday day. Chance for some rain late Thursday night into early Friday morning. The sun does come back out Friday afternoon, but it's a lot colder, only 47. Good news with the weekend, it's dry, but it's not nearly as warm as it was last week. In fact, chilly, only 45 on Saturday, up to 53 on Sunday before more rain arrives early next week. So once again, problems along local rivers and streams. Watching the Patuxent very closely. It may not be the magnitude of last week, which was historic, but minor to moderate flooding is likely.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Coming